Hi, everyone. My name is Kate Verlaan, and I am the Chief Growth Officer at Water for People. Thank you so much for joining us to take a virtual tour through our impact in 2023. We simply could not have done this without you. I'm thrilled to have this moment with Mark Duey, our CEO, and Sarah Bramley, our Chief Impact Officer, to just take a few minutes to do one of the things we love doing most: reflect. Anyone who is watching this today, we consider an insider. So we wanted to start out by giving you insight into the stuff that gives us heart and soul and makes us tick. Sarah, would you start us off by introducing our new organizational values and what that process looked like in creating them over the last year?
For Kate, thanks. I'm really excited to introduce our new values. This was a process where about a year and a half ago, we were having a meeting and we had an opportunity to look at our values and reflect on them and recognize that they have served us really well. And as we're looking towards 2030, it was an opportunity to see how they were continuing to serve us. And so, using some of the principles that we had in our Destination 2030 strategy, we set off to look across the organization and really developed a organization-wide process of suggesting values, coming to consensus around values, and then ultimately finalizing them. And so these new values reflect input from every country where we are operating and in all of the regions, including our global colleagues as well. And so they are collective transformation, so really ensuring that we are working together to transform the world that we are living in. Environmental stewardship, which is all about ensuring that we are leaving our planet better than where we found it, and making sure that our work contributes to that climate environment, and that both in our implementation as well as how we are running our offices. Integrity, all about making sure that we are true to ourselves, true to the work that we're doing, being courageous, asking hard questions, not being satisfied with the status quo, and amplifying all voices, making sure that we're listening to our stakeholders, to our partners, to our colleagues from every part of the organization, and ensuring that all of those voices are ensuring that those voices are rising to the top. So a really exciting process, and something that we are very excited to be taking forward as we go into this next year.
Really exciting to see these new values. Thank you, Sarah. So, Mark, lead us through the year in review and what some of the highlights and milestones in 2023 look like. I would love to hear.
Thank you, Kate. So, hi everyone. I'm Mark Duey, CEO of Water for People, and wanted to start out here by just sharing a nice overview of the impact of our local impact work in terms of numbers of people reached with water services, with sanitation services, with hygiene education, through our work at community level with the districts, but also in schools and healthcare facilities as well. So just some tremendous numbers that we were able to achieve last year. This is just within 2023. And this is really, done by a team of, I think we're about 250 people right now around the world. So that we're able to reach this level of impact just through our local impact work is a tremendous accomplishment. Let's go on to the next one. I want to also mention our milestones. So with our local impact work through our Everyone Forever model, we also had a number of significant milestone achievements in terms of reaching everyone or reaching forever in the last year. As you can see, those were in several different places, including Rwanda, Guatemala, Bolivia, and Peru. So a number of districts reached those very important milestones, which to us are key to monitoring and tracking progress towards reaching universality and sustainability in the districts where we work. So let's go to the next one. Just a I'm going to talk here quickly about the places where we work. Just as a reminder, I think most of you are very familiar with the countries where we work. But here we have India and Africa. These also give you an idea of the size of our teams in each of those countries, the number of local government areas or districts where we are working in each of those places, and also the number of people with reliable services in the areas where we work. So India off the top, and then we have Uganda, Rwanda, Malawi, and Tanzania. On this one, I want to highlight Tanzania. It was our first full year of operation, 2023. That's our newest country program at Water for People, which was started in October of 2022. So a small but really great team that we've developed in Tanzania, and really looking forward to increasing our impact in that country over the next several years. So let's go on to the next one. This is Latin America, where of course we have programs in Guatemala, Honduras, Peru, and Bolivia. The team sizes are quite modest, as you can see here, ranging from 10 people in Bolivia to 16 in Guatemala. Just tremendous impact that we're able to achieve, not just through our local impact pathway, but also our national impact work, which we're going to talk about here a little bit more in the next few slides. So let's go on to the next one. Before we do that, I want to do a quick shout out here for our country directors. So these are the 9 people who lead the teams in each country and who are responsible for really creating our impact and creating that impact in some of the most challenging environments, challenging places in the world to do that. So we have Andres in Bolivia, Brenda in Uganda, Ulimu in Malawi, Eugene is in Rwanda. We have Bishwarip in India, Henry in Honduras, Gisela, Peru, Rehema, Tanzania, and Mario in Guatemala. Just a tremendous team of country directors that we have right now. So I think that's it from me for now. Let's go back over to Sarah.
Yes, Sarah, water and sanitation access goes so far beyond impact in these 2 sectors. I would love to hear your thoughts and for you to share with us how our work intersects with other areas and what that looks like.
Thanks, Kate. Yeah, this is one of the things that I get most excited about when working in water and sanitation, because it is something that is really critical to all of the other kinds of development work that we want to see in the world. Water is not just about drinking or bathing. Sanitation is not just about having a toilet. But these are keys to unlocking health. We know that people who don't have access to safe water, people who don't have adequate sanitation, are less healthy than people who do. There's a great gender equity component in the work that we do. Women are far more burdened in the walk for water and ensuring that their families have safe water in their homes. And so by continuing to work towards sustainable access, what we're actually doing is, again, not just making sure that families have access to water sanitation, but we're also improving gender equity. And that goes a long way towards supporting families' economic development as well. It gives opportunity for additional income earning opportunities and strengthens families in lots of ways. Climate is another place where our work really, where we're able to really see change by ensuring that the work that we're doing in water and sanitation is supporting our climate and is not creating more challenge. We're able to continue to see that growth as well.
Mark, share a little bit about what the future looks like. What are we looking at up ahead?
Yeah, happy to. And I'm so excited because one of the things I can do today is give you all a sneak preview, really, of the strategic plan for the period 2025 to 2027, which it's under development, but it's very far along. And so I'm going to go ahead and share some some key points from that. But the basics, the vision, water for people. We're on a mission, right? We're on a Sustainable Development Goal number 6 mission, supporting really all of these governments where we work to achieve universality and sustainability. It's not clear yet, of course, whether any of these countries are going to achieve that by 2030, which is the goal. But we, together with our alliance partners, we have an alliance called One for All. We're going to do everything we possibly can in the coming years to support these governments to do exactly that, because anything less than a world where everyone has access to reliable, safe water and sanitation services is unacceptable. So how are we going to do that? There are three key things I want to talk about now. One is really doubling down on our national impact efforts. Those efforts are focused on strengthening national wash systems. So it's taking learnings from our local impact work about barriers, significant challenges that we are experiencing that must be addressed nationally in order to make progress locally. That work will also have impact far beyond the local areas where we're working, but the impact of those efforts also will reach the entire country and all the places where we're working. So sometimes that's on policy work, sometimes it's advocating for additional resources for water and sanitation, basic services. And so that's really one of our most important efforts and priorities for the next 3 years. That will be those national impact efforts. The second piece I'll mention here is that our local impact work that I've already talked quite a bit about today, reaching everyone and forever in the districts where we work, that continues to be the foundation of our impact. But we will be challenging ourselves to make some strategic decisions about where it's appropriate to exit some of those districts. Sometimes those will be very successful exits, and we'll be transitioning and having celebrations. Sometimes those will not be successful exits, but we will always have learning from those districts. And in many places, we're going to continue through the upcoming strategy period to work on, particularly forever, the sustainability aspects of our work in those districts. So got a lot of important strategic decisions to make in the upcoming strategy period, and as we continue to work towards everyone and forever at local level. The third piece here that I want to talk about is climate resilient wash, and it's how Water for People sees the importance of ensuring that all of our work is climate resilience. And not only that, truly the way that most families in this world are experiencing climate change is through water. And so climate change adaptation is absolutely critical and center to our thinking, our work, our impact. And so we also want to make sure that we are doing the things we can to help the world understand that there's no better investment to make to help families around the world adapt to climate change than what we are doing every single day at Water for People.
Thank you. Inspiring, Mark, to think that you can make a difference in climate by investing in Water for People. So as we look at the different layers of work and all that we're doing, what do you think our biggest challenge it was in 2023, looking back?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about one of the challenges that is in the development sector is collaborating with other nonprofits. I think we've really started something great with our One for All Alliance. That's with partners. IRC, which is based in the Netherlands. Water for Good is the other partner that we've created this alliance called One for All, where we actually share the same organizational strategy. We're working towards the same impact targets and outcomes up to 2030 with those other organizations. And working in alliance is challenging. It takes more time, but we truly believe that in this case the benefits and the outcomes that we can achieve are significantly greater than we could any single organization, any one of ours. And I will talk real quick about one of the coolest things that we did in 2023, which was a huge challenge, was organizing an event in the Netherlands that we called All Systems Connect. It really brought together I think more than 700 people from around the world, thought leaders from not just water and sanitation, but from other sectors, including social justice, climate change, health, education, to talk about the importance of system strengthening, to share experiences, to to achieving the outcomes that we must achieve together in all of the countries where we work, or in order to support the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. So that was exactly a year ago that we organized that event. It was a massive undertaking. But really proud of the collaboration that our organizations had to make that come together and to achieve success through that event last year. All Systems Connect.
Wow, what an incredible opportunity to bring people together. It's great hearing about that. So the future, Sarah, tell me, what's exciting to you?
Thanks, Kate. We've talked about it some, and I alluded to it a little bit earlier, but national impact, which is the thing I was most proud of, and also definitely find challenge in, I think is one of the real critical keys to ensuring that people around the world have access to safe water and sanitation forever. And so I am really excited for us to continue to try to understand how to do that more and better and more effectively. I think that in some ways, the pumps and the pipes are the easy part. There's still a lot of challenge in that, but the things that it takes to make those systems last well beyond Water for People's work are the harder thing, and it's the part that excites me. And so I think that with that, we hope that we will be able to see the impact that people has and just expand exponentially over time.
Wow, that's exciting. And I'm so happy to see Water for People taking on the harder stuff. That's exciting to think about. Well, thank you both so much for guiding us through our impact in 2023. And thank you to everyone who is watching for joining us today. We hope you feel the impact you have made by being incredible champions and partners in our work. We simply could not have accomplished these milestones without you. And we're just so happy that you took these few moments to join us to share and celebrate in the impact we've made. Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Thanks, everyone.